Okay, hello everyone. George Webb, the mystery solved with Roger the Dodger. Roger the Dodger Urich. Roger the Dodger Urich, of course, is the guy who comes up with a collapsible version of the AR-15 called the CT-15, or the Cheyenne collapsible technology, Cheyenne tactical weapon, or the CT-15 at Carter Rock Surface Warfare Center in Maryland, where we've gone many times in our over when I was living in Maryland and working DC. But you'll see the background here with Maxwell's dad, Maxwell the Silver Hammer, let's just call him Urich. That's his dad. He dies in Muro's Inlet. That's where Max, quote unquote, went to school. And the interesting thing about this is the weapon that both Urich and Crooks use in the assassination attempt of Donald Trump. They haven't quite gotten around to telling you that. The FBI hasn't quite gotten around to telling you that. The backpack CT-15, but it is going to be the weapon they both use in the assassination. And I challenge the FBI, I challenge Christopher Wray to tell the world what the weapon is. Remember you held up the Militia Carcano only hours after Kennedy was shot and said this was the murder weapon. Why aren't you holding up the CT-15? Why aren't you holding up the Cheyenne tactical weapon? Why aren't you holding up the CT-15? Because you know it tracks back to Roger Urich. You know it tracks back to the father of one of the assassins, and you didn't want that. Just like the white van also tracks back to Roger Urich. We knew that it was registered in Arizona. That was the Arizona connection. So that's there. And there's probably a lot of Urichs in this story that are just great people, doing their job, selling, keeping America safe and free. Hey, keep on doing what you're doing. We're only interested in the people that are shooting at the president. Or, in this case, the interesting fact is the roommate and a very close friend of Roger Urich in the Air Force, at Warren Air Force Base in Cheyenne at the time of the development and the sale of this weapon from the Navy to the other armed forces. There's a little bit of an argument. And the guy who's wounded in the left-hand stands outside of Trump, we couldn't figure out why is Urich aiming into the left-hand stands away from Trump? That Koperhaven is not only a classmate, but a close associate at Warren Air Force Base in the Air Force with Roger Urich. And we think David Dutch now, because he's in that line of fire, just stood up at the wrong time. The bullet was intended for James Koperhaven the whole time. It was the literal Cheyenne bullet that was intended for him, the Cheyenne CT-15 bullet that was intended for him, and David Dutch's bad luck standing up right in front of that shot before it rang out.